What's poppin'? Hello, we are finally here with week 1 of the WBE against Numb Nexus, a very good friend of mine. Before I get into the heat that I'm bringing, I want you all to leave a comment and tell me what set would you like me to bring in the future from all the mons that I've drafted for the season. I'd like to know, because if it fits one of my plans on a certain week, I will use that set. And I look forward to hearing from you all, so let's get right into it. Now, Nexus has a team of Colossal, Drifblim, Dragonite, Gardevoir, Heliolisk, Hitmonlee, Keldeo, Rillaboom, Salazzle, Steelix, and Weavile. List should have appeared to your right. Now, usually for these draft games, I like to sort of break down the team, show you guys why I'm bringing what Pokemon and stuff, and give you guys a good rundown of the team, and show you guys the Chinese Eevee spreads on some of them. So the first Pokemon I started out with was Bronzong, and I wanted to bring this Pokemon because he has a lot of threats on his team, like Gardevoir, and Weavile as well. Like, you would think Bronzong is not a good check to Weavile, but it really is. If you give it a Cobra Berry, it's naturally resistant to ice, and then it becomes, has the capability of taking the dark type hit and OHKOing it back. So I like that. You can sort of check Rillaboom in a way with Heat Proof. Now, you usually see this thing with Levitate, but Heat Proof is so much fun in draft because you can actually use this thing to beat Salazzle 1v1, which is on his team, and I like that a lot. A Fizdef set here can sponge hits from a lot of his physical attackers. And also Hitmonlee, which is an unburdened mon. It can two-shot that with Psyshock after the berry activation, which is cool. 3 attacks, Stealth Rocks is the way that I'm running it, and so I want this thing to act as a sort of sponge in a way. I mean, it can really work well late game in terms of picking off things. If we get rid of the Keldeo, this thing can also check Keldeo too. Psyshock is a 2-hit KO. Even versus Calm Mind sets because it bypasses the special defense boost. And then Heavy Slam does the most damage overall, has the most PP as well, more than Gyro Ball. So I have that. And yeah, pretty fun set. I do like Body Press in the sense that it is also able to hit Steelix for some damage. Unfortunately, like I'm not running Earthquake because of grassy terrain, but I kind of wish this thing got Earth Power. Like, you would think it would, but it doesn't. So alas. Bronzong was the first one I started out with. Like, I think he's gonna definitely bring Weavile, Rillaboom, Steelix, Gardevoir, Keldeo, and then either Dragonite or Hitmonlee or Salazzle. That's what I'm thinking he's gonna bring. But yeah, I started with Bronzong because I figured it's a good sort of glue to hold the team together and gives us rocks if we need it. Then we have Dragapult. So now Dragapult here is one of the main stars of the team. I'm rocking a Choice Scarf set. Now, think about it, right? Some of the fastest Pokemon that he has on his team are like Weavile and stuff, right? But Dragapult is naturally faster. But let's take it to the next level. He has unburdened Pokemon that can be faster than Dragapult, like Hitmonlee and Drifblim. Now, if we put a Choice Scarf and give it 188 speed, it outruns his unburdened mons, which is amazing. Dragon Darts will easily 2-hit KO both of his unburdened mons. And of course, Phantom Force hitting really hard. I'm rocking Shadow Ball, Phantom Force both because Phantom Force is a charging move. Sometimes we just want to hit immediately, and this thing unfortunately does not get Poltergeist. As much as I would have loved for it to get Poltergeist, it does not. So we have Shadow Ball in that slot there, so that we can have some immediate damage without having to charge a turn of Phantom Force. And then U-Turn, which is amazing to bring in Pokemon such as Centiskorch or have a nice Vulture and Corvette Lantern, for instance. So Dragapult here is so good versus his team. It's really, really good versus it. Because his team is so fast, and some of the mons are frail. If he brings a more offensive team, Dragapult can run through the 6. An Infiltrator means that he can't run sub-CM Keldeo or sub-Toxic Salazzle and other such Pokemon. Then we have Togekiss here for T-Wave support, and this Eevee spread here with 244 HP and max defense. I've split the other Eevees here to make it look Chinese Eevee spread, but essentially what this does is we are able to take, like, for example, one of the most dangerous Rillaboom sets is the SD Acrobatic set with the berry activation from terrain. And so this set here can live a +2 Acrobatics and then an immediate Grassy Glide priority after that. So we can T-Wave, live the next Grassy Glide, Roost, and then, we can Air Slash and stuff. Aura Sphere, OHKOs, Weavile, which is great. 2-hit KOs, Heliolisk. If he does decide to bring that, actually, that's another Pokemon that he might bring actually in his last slot. And yeah, Aura Sphere is also great for Steelix too. So it has a lot of applications that it can use with these 2 coverage moves. And yeah, Heavy Duty Boots so that we don't take rocks damage. Always useful. That item is just a blessing to these kind of Pokemon. Then we have Skuntank here. So in my mind, I'm thinking he might bring Scarf Weavile, right? maybe lead with it to try to catch Dragapult and go for an easy knockoff. But if we go for U-turn, outrunning the Weavile, then we can go into Skuntank, let Weavile get destroyed by Rocky Helmet after U-turn, and that's a dead Weavile. That's why I have this Pokemon here, because it not only checks Weavile to an extent, it also is a grass resist for Rillaboom. Rillaboom is a huge threat. So as you can see, my first 4 mons are indeed grass resists. So that's always nice because Rillaboom's Grassy Glide priority is pretty broken. I think it's going to be really good in draft too. And then yeah, so we have Poison Jab, Sucker Punch, Flamethrower. Flamethrower is mainly for Steelix and stuff. And if this thing gets burned by a Scald, we have this move at least to hit Weavile and Steelix and things for a bit more damage than those moves that are burned. But Poison Jab hits Gardevoir the hardest, especially Calm Mind Gardevoir, so we don't want to run a special attack. And Sucker Punch for priority to hit things like Salazzle and just faster mons in general. The Aftermath ability is cool because if we get knocked out by like Weavile's Triple Axle, Rocky Helmet all over, and then Aftermath to give some additional damage from contact moves if we get knocked out. Then I have Centiskorch. Now this is a really heat set here with the Chinese EV spread. Oh, actually for Dragapult, this spread here, I mean 236 is the maximum attack, speed enough to outrun and burden mons, and then some defense to live, I think. Something like Ice Shard after a certain range or something, and then yeah, I did something. I EV'd it a while back, but when I first started preparing for this match. But yeah, this is a very fun set. Let's say he brings Salazzle. Scorching Sands is an Oko on Salazzle, which is fun. And it also does a ton of damage to Heliolisk too, but Flamethrower is also great. I'm running Flamethrower because of Steelix. Iron Defense, Body Press could be a bit of a nuisance to certain mons. And Flamethrower, and Steelix doesn't really set up well on the special side, so we have Flamethrower. Power Whip will destroy Keldeo and hits Gardevoir really hard, especially if he activates Grassy Terrain for us. This Power Whip becomes extremely dangerous. And then sub so that we don't have to predict. We can just sub and then click what's in front of us if he makes a switch. And yeah, so the special attack here so that we can Oko, Salazzle, and stuff. Good enough defense so that we can take a hit from Weavile, from Banded Weavile, and everything like that. And the Spidef actually lets us avoid getting 2 KO'd by Gardevoir. So from like a Psyshock or Psychic and stuff, something that hits really hard with the special side. Also like a Nasty Plot Salazzle can live that. And then Lantern is the last Pokemon here, which is there for being able to sponge Keldeo to an extent, with it, which is not like Sacred or Secret Sword after Calm Mind. It can still take a hit though, but it's just a good pivot. It can switch into Heliolisk very, very easily. And yeah, like have some nice Voltage momentum. We have to be careful though, because Gardevoir has Trace, so can't let him Trace, Flash Fire, and Volt Absorb when we want to go for like a fire move. But we can easily predict. We can go for Scalds, Power Whips, fire off other moves. But yeah, good check to Salazzle, Heliolisk, because it does kind of wall it, and we can just Ice Beam things. So yeah, it's pretty fun. That's the team. And yeah, without further ado, match should be starting soon, so whenever that is, I'll cue into it, but I hope you all enjoy the team, and I'll see you all in the battle. Alright, it is time. Let's check the opponent's team here. He brought a very interesting team. Okay, so he's got the Weavile. No Steelix. That is really interesting. Really, really interesting. Okay, Rillaboom. Kind of glad for no Steelix because that opens up Togekiss a lot. Driftblim. Driftblim's interesting bring. Didn't expect that, but it's fine. Gardevoir. Keldeo. Very scared of the Dragonite. That Pokemon is a difficult mon to deal with. Just because of the sheer amount of coverage it has. So I think that we could lead with our Dragapult. It is Choice Scarf. And so I EV Dragapult to be able to outrun Unburden Driftblim, which is, I think, really useful. It also is EV to outrun Unburden Hitmonlee because his team is super, super fast. And probably one of the more dangerous matchups that we have to play. So, yep, I think we got everything set up here. Let's just hop right into it. It took us a while to connect. I'm a little fatigued, mentally fatigued. But hopefully we can at least still try to make some good plays. Put on a show. And the Chinese EV spreads, that I hope they come through. Definitely. So we are on the 10-minute chess timer as well. Alright, let's see. He sends out Dragonite, okay. So very interesting lead here. So I'm a little worried about a potential Sucker Punch as well. So I don't want to stay in immediately. Because I feel like he could just Sucker Punch. And it could be very detrimental. But then again, I don't really have a great switch in either. So I might just want to, I might just U-turn anyways. A Sucker Punch shouldn't OHKO me, regardless. It should not OHKO me. But like I said again, I should probably scout. I should probably scout this thing. I could go Bronzong here. I could also go Skuntank. Or, Centiskorch is not bad either for now. You know, let's go Skuntank here. I just want to scout for Sucker Punch because I need this thing healthy. Dragapult healthy is going to be really useful. He just gets up rocks. Perfectly fine. So I could defog here. But I don't want him to get an Earthquake off on me yet. Yeah, this mon is very dangerously annoying. Getting a Poison Jab off might be nice too. He doesn't really have any good switch-ins. And I don't really care about playing around rocks. If he goes for like a physical attack on me, then he'll take Rocky Helmet Chip, which is going to be useful. He is Rough Skin. He's just the Glare set. Okay, so he's Rock's Glare. So that's good to know. So Stealth Rock's Glare. Maybe Taunt or something. He could be that one lead that I used. But like, it's hard to tell what kind of set he is. And like I said, I'm not worried about Drifblim. Like losing this Pokemon, I'm not worried about because Dragapult can easily check Drifblim as well. Get fully parried, wonderful. And he Dragon Tails me, so he'll at least take some Helmet Chip. I would have loved to get that extra Poison Jab off. So let's see who he sends us out into. So it's gonna be Togekiss. We don't want this thing to get glared. I want to be fully healthy. So I'm gonna go back into Skuntank. Bronzong also looks really good in this match too because it can deal with the Weavile because I have the Colbur Berry. It can also deal with the Gardevoir. Keldeo is of course going to be threatening too. The cool thing is that I think Gardevoir is the only Pokemon that can switch into a Dragon Darts. Let's see what other moves he has. He switches out here, okay. What does he go into? Gardevoir, okay. Fair enough, fair enough. Traces my Aftermath. He would Moonblast here, I assume, so we're gonna actually just go into Centiskorch, I think. Should be fine. I like Centiskorch here. He brought a couple of mons that I hoped that he wouldn't bring over certain ones. Like, I was thinking he might bring Salazzle, so that Centiskorch should be more useful. He doubles. Ooh. Into who? Okay. So very interesting double there. So I could go back Skuntank here, I guess. Yeah, I really hope Dragon wouldn't come out here because of all the glare and stuff. And it's just a difficult mon to knock out. Yeah, he tries to glare again. That's fine. I could defog here. Get that nice defog because if he goes for Dragon Tail, I should be going quicker and just remove the rocks entirely, which will be very, very good for eliminating chip damage over time from other mons. So Skuntank hopefully, you know, can break through some pairs, get some nice defogs off. Yep, we got the nice defog off here. So I'm hoping that we get sent into like something like Dragapult, then we can just Dragon Darts. The reason I didn't Dragon Dance turn 1 was because in case he was offensive with Sucker Punch, I couldn't risk it. Yep, there it is. Beautiful, beautiful. So now that I know the set that he is, we can just stay here and fire off a Dragon Darts. I don't think he'd switch in Gardevoir either, which is good for us. Yeah, I don't think he's switching Gardevoir. In fear of a Shadow Ball. Which he also kind of doesn't have much for either, like my Ghost attacks. He doesn't have Weavile, so if we get rid of that, then sort of opens up the field there. Yep, so we can get rid of this thing and keep rocks off of our side. Skuntank has done the job that it was meant to do. So I guess, yeah, then we probably would not have been able to OHKO Druddigon from the HP that it was at, or from full, I guess. Because we saw how much it did there. So it was very, like, physically defensive. So I can go ahead and just take out Druddigon from my list here. So we got rid of that. I'm glad Glare is annoying. I didn't bring a heal ability this time, so... yeah, we got 5 more. He's gonna bring in Gardevoir here. Makes sense. Traces my Infiltrator. I think the good mid ground here is going into Centiskorch, because if he Mystical Fires, we're immune. If he goes for the Moonblast, we take that hit really well. So I think Centiskorch here is pretty good. So he actually, ooh, teleports. Okay. So that's a good form of momentum. I was kind of curious why I didn't go for that instead of just hard switching the other time or doubling. It's kind of the same. So he's making some good aggressive switches. And in comes Keldeo. That's fine, I think. We can go here into my AV Lantern. Chinese EV spread as well. So Gardevoir does have Trace though, which we got to keep in mind. But even if he doubles to like Rillaboom or something, we have Togekiss, which can come in, click T-Waves and stuff on versus his team. The fact that he didn't bring Steelix was amazing. Oh, look at that nice double there. Or triple, kind of. Yep, there's Rillaboom. So not bad at all there. We can go to our Pokemon here. Go right into Tog. So the way that I EV'd this Togekiss was such that, you know, it's going to be able to take a +2 Acrobatics and a Grassy Glide, but we didn't see any kind of Berry activation here, so I don't think he's the Berry SD set that you see in OU. So we can go Togekiss here. As he goes right for the SD immediately. Okay, interesting. So I think putting a T-Wave on this will be nice because that ensures that we'll be faster than anything bar his grassy attacks. So I do want a T-Wave here. Now I think he might switch, but if he doesn't, then I don't know. That'd be really interesting. T-Waving it opens up for like maybe even Centiskorch to take the hits and stuff. But I assume he'd want to switch here, but let's see. And also, I think the rules are for the chest timer, if he does run out of time, that's going to be really bad for him. Grassy Glide's here. Ooh, that does a lot. And he has Life Orb. So we can T-Wave this. That's going to be great for us. So I don't think this will be a 2-hit KO. We should be out of range, the way that I EV'd it. So we could Roost here. I think Roosting is fine. Because even if he does knock us out, we do have Centiskorch, which should be faster than it when this thing is parried. So what did he go for here, I wonder? If it's not the grass move. The knock, okay. So +2 knock is doing some damage. Gets rid of my heavy duty boots and takes Life Orb. Chip. And we get some health back here too. So I could click Roost again and keep this thing parried, which I think is the better play. I don't think he would SD. I mean, he could SD again, but I would assume that he'd Grassy Glide here, so I think Roost is still the better play, because even if we're at full, a +4 should knock us out. Once Grassy Terrain is gone, he doesn't have priority anymore. And of course, there's always a chance of Para. And keeping this thing healthy means that we can live a hit from Weavile as well. Potential to Oko it. So yep, he does Grassy Glide here like I thought. And we can just heal ourselves back up. I think there's only one more turn of the Grassy Terrain, if I'm not mistaken. So we could Air Slash here technically. Is there a way for me to check how much things is left? Oh, it's already gone. Okay, cool. That is amazing. Very, very good. So I could just Air Slash here to get damage off if I want. And he does switch out here. I could have T-Waved again, predicting that he'd switch out, but I think getting damage on the Gardevoir is fine. Now it puts it in a range of Bronzong Okoing it. Very nice. What item do we see? We see Leftovers. Okay, interesting. So at this point in time, what we want to do is we could probably still go back into Centiskorch here. I mean, he could teleport, right? But I don't know if he'd want to do that just yet. So like he knocked off my heavy duty boots, but there are no rocks on the field, so that's a turn that's good for us. And I think Nexus has to play faster if he doesn't want to lose the timer. I think his time is a little lower than us, if I'm not mistaken. He does teleport here, that's fine. If he goes back to Keldeo, we have Lantern that we can still go into. Gardevoir's gonna be a pain still though, to deal with. I hope he just goes like a Rillaboom randomly or something. But no, he goes Keldeo. We have a Lantern. And I don't think he doubles here. He definitely stayed in, it looks like. As he Hydros. Okay, let's see. We can kind of gauge the damage here a bit. I'm going to Ice Beam here, predicting a switch out. Ice Beam's a good play, I think. It'll hit the Rillaboom if he goes into it. Scald, I could have Scalded as well. but more reward versus Rillaboom because it's already paired if he goes into it. But he goes Gardevoir because he does probably have the Volt Absorb. So we can hit this up for some nice chip. Honestly, I could stay in here and fire off a Skull because I think he might just teleport anyways. And he shouldn't be able to damage us too much anyways. Like we could just Skull here. Oh, he just goes for the Wish. So I don't think this thing would have Heal Bell. Okay, not bad. So Wish, probably Wish Protect. Okay, so if he heals us up, actually what we do is, let me tell you what we do. We go into the Heat Lord Centiskorch here. Because if he decides to teleport, then this Gardevoir is at 50%. And that's good for the picking off later on. So I say we go into this, right? And he goes for the Moonblast, that's fine. Perfectly fine. This is alright. Special attack drop is whatever. I mean, I am a special attacker, but it's nothing he'll know about just yet. Like, he won't know that we're a special attacking set just yet. So we just go right for the sub. Yeah, it's unfortunate because his timer is looking like really low. And apparently the rules are that if he times out in the timer that we're playing in, it's gonna be whatever remaining Pokemon that I have left, and his would drop to 0. Ooh, okay, Centiskorch. Alright, I mean, you're not not really helping out there. You're not really helping out there. Alright, let's Power Whip this. Twice in a row. Crazy. That is some hacks for you guys. 2 Power Whip misses. I've never had an opponent, I think, timeout before in the past. I think we've always kind of gotten the game done. Because you just gotta play fast. So he does get this hit off. You can take this hit. I'm just gonna double. Well, he would go Gardevoir then, either way. Maybe I could just Scald for chip. Yeah, I'll Scald for chip. At the end of the day, if Gardevoir is gone, we win the game anyways with Dragapult. Oh, actually, he's back to full. I forgot about that. Can I get a burn? There we go. Okay, so that might help wear it down a bit. It also looks like Bronzong can come in now. It looks like he's Wish, Moonblast, Teleport. Maybe there's no coverage for Bronzong, so we can go into it. I mean, I think Keldeo would have been destroyed though if we hit our Power Whips. He'll teleport out here. So I'm gonna hope that he's gonna go into something like Weavile here. Maybe we can just knock it out with a Body Press. Who is this he brought out? Rillaboom. Wonder why he brought Rillaboom out. Because now that just gives us a switch back into Togekiss. He's got 24 seconds left. Good lord. I think this might just end up being a 6-0. Because honestly, I mean, even if the game did play out, could he have really broken through, like Dragapult, Bronzong, those kind of stuff? We'll never know. Keeping myself healthy in case he swapped to Gardevoir there, because if he had gone to Gardevoir, I wouldn't want Togekiss to be weak. And we'll also get some Grassy Terrain too. He needs to start being offensive and going into things like Weavile. He brought the Wish. He brought the Wish Gardevoir, like the bulkier kind of. Like I thought he'd bring like more like hard hitting offense, which is why I went this route. Okay, now he's bringing it in. Okay, there we go. There we go. Just what I like to see. That is just what I like to see. Don't want to lose to Rillaboom, so we're going to go here into Bronzong. Although I guess going into Skuntank would have been safer. But what did he go for? Let's see. Triple Axle. I should have gone Skuntank with the Rocky Helmet. That'd be so clean. That looks, it might be banded maybe. That could be banded. No, he's Life Orb. Oh, okay, okay. We can actually knock this out now. I hope he lets me knock it out. Because I can just go for the body press here. Yeah, let's see if he goes to the knock. No, he switches. Oh, that's good damage. Very good damage. What do we do? I guess we just go into Togekiss here. Yeah, this thing is getting super weak now too. But yeah, I think we win. I think we'll win this game. I mean, I guess he could have played quicker. Like, I remember when last season I was playing like versus the bulkier like Toxapex and Mandibuzz team and stuff. I still like I played really fast to overcome that. Like, you guys see how quickly I'm making my moves. Yeah, let's give him some Rocky Helmet chip. There we go. There's one, and I think I'll also take Aftermath. And look at the Aftermath damage. It's so clean. That's what I like to see. Though I probably could have preserved a 6-0, but that's not like. It's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to show off some of the mons. Let's go Bronzong here. But you kind of get just a little taste of how this team works. Just a little taste. Yeah, he knocks. But we got the berry, so this thing is gone now. I don't think there's anything stopping Dragapult now. Scarf Dragapult. Yep, so this mon's gone. In comes the Keldeo. And I think versus this, yeah, the timer's out. unfortunate, but I think like any showdown game, it would have been just a gradual demise, unfortunately. But yeah, like I don't know what to say. I just wanted like this full game to be completed, without the time constraints. But hey, that's a dub. That's a dub in the rules or whatever. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching. I mean, this kind of left, like, you guys know me. Like I like to like complete a game. On Showdown, people just forfeit or whatever, but it's not the same. you know it's not the same. But still, GG to Nexus. I feel like we did have the upper hand in this one because we got rid of Dragonite, we kept rocks off of the field. We got rid of Weavile, and we were able to essentially like open up the pathway so that nothing can really revenge Dragapult. Gardevoir couldn't do that. Drifblim with Unburden couldn't do that either. And then we also neutered Rillaboom by paralyzing it and getting it down to below 50. Then Gardevoir was burned too, so it couldn't really heal effectively without us capitalizing on it. But yeah, I mean, that's gonna be it for week 1. Week 2, I don't know who we face, but I'm gonna tell them to play faster. I was telling Nexus to play fast, like play fast, bro. You gotta play fast. Nah, he's my bro though, like for sure. Be sure to check him out. He's like his commentary is gonna be fun to watch. It's always fun to watch, like his videos with commentary and everything. But it was a crazy match for sure, and I definitely like I ranked his team #1 as well. His team was really good, like in the power rankings we did on Chimpex's channel. So check that out if you haven't. But yeah, I'll see you all on the next video, and peace.